All right, all right. Hello, ladies.
Hello, hello, hello.
Happy Friday. How's everyone doing today?
I am great.
Very,
Fabulous, fabulous. It's Friday.
I must say, you all look very beautiful tonight.
Thank you, darling.
You're very welcome,
Thank you,
darling.
thank
Very
you.
welcome, darling. Um, we have, of course, our girl Stephanie is here. She says, I'm here. Stephanie was here behind the scenes waiting.
I know that's right. Welcome, Stephanie.
Welcome, Stephanie. Thank
Welcome,
you for
welcome.
being here and joining us. Our moderator. We have people still coming in, so come on in. So before we get started, as we always do, I want to ask you, ladies, first. How was your week? So, Bree, how was your week?
My week wasn't bad since I was off on Monday and Tuesday. So
Ooh.
I had a very short week. But I tell you, once you do that, you come back to work, they hound you like ants. They
Girl,
all over you.
Ah,
isn't that the truth? Oh, I totally understand that.
So they
Oh,
tried to
Miss
cram 5 days into 3.
Girl,
ooh,
it's like I'm not
they be
here.
trying to get you. They be trying to get you.
We have to put that out of office indicator on there. She's not answering. Miss Kenya, hey lady,
Hey.
how was your week?
You know what? I can't complain. It won't do any good anyway.
Isn't that the truth?
I'm happy it's Friday.
I
So
know
am
that's
I.
right. I
And
know
my
that's right.
girl Shalomi, hey Chica Weeka,
Hey, hey.
how
Uh,
was your week?
it was a little tough, but by the grace of God, I'm here and it's Friday night and I'm happy about it.
Oh my goodness. I
Yes,
Yes.
know
ma'am.
that's right. I know that's right. Well, I must say that my week sound just like you guys. I'm so happy it's Friday. I, I cannot take
Praise God.
another request, nobody knocking on my door when I'm in the office. Y'all. So I
Another
am
Zoom
happy.
meeting.
No, not none of okay, not another Zoom meeting. Thank you. Okay, so before we get started, guys, and we have they're coming on in. So you guys come on in.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
goodness.
introduce you guys.
I see one of my besties on here. Althea Coote. Hey Mona. I've known her
Hey,
since
Mona.
Oh,
Mona is from
Hi.
New York. I've known Mona since I was like 9. Go ahead, Mona.
oh,
Yes, we grew up
Awesome. Well,
together.
welcome.
That
And
welcome.
Mona
we
was my first best friend.
your first best friend.
And we're
Oh,
still
that's
close to today.
nice.
If we don't see each other for years, the minute we see each other, it's like right back to where we pick up right where we left.
Yeah,
Oh, that is
that's
awesome.
awesome.
That is. We have Gina Gibson here with us tonight, and she says, "How you want to know how we're doing? We're
Hey
doing
Gina.
great, Gina. Hello and welcome." We also have Valeria Stewart. Hello, Valeria.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Let me see who else. Oh gosh, the feed is jumping. All right,
Come
y'all,
on,
come
jump
on
on,
in.
V. Come on,
Come
V.
on
Come on.
in.
Come on.
Robin Harris says, "Hi, lady." She's drinking iced tea and barbecue chips. Okay, and you sitting down here and spending your time with the divas. Welcome,
Yes,
Robin.
she ready
Yes,
with her drink and a snack.
it's
I know
ready.
that's right.
Althea says, "My best friend Shalomi, Shelly
Oh,
Box." All
That's what
right,
they used to
Shelly
call me.
Box.
That used to be she out here just telling all my little
Telling
secrets.
all your secrets. Audrey says, "Hello from Jackson, Mississippi." Hello,
Hello,
welcome.
Audrey.
Hey, women 23, 2023. Hello, Wilhelmina.
Hey,
Hello,
Wilhelmina,
hello.
welcome, welcome.
You guys are coming in. Thank you so much. We are so
yes.
honored to have so many of you here with us. Andrea Newell. Hello. Carmen Marshall, peace and blessings from Mara. Oh, that's my
Oh,
girl. She's
come
one of my
on,
neighbors.
Mara.
Hello, girl.
Hey,
Where's
hey,
Morrow?
Mara
Where's
is
Morrow?
Mara
Mara,
is a
Georgia.
city in Georgia, so it's the next city
Ah,
over
okay.
from me. Sonia Grayson is here. Hello, and our girl Dunzel. Beautiful hair, Kenya.
Hey,
Yeah,
Denzel. Yes, Kenya's killing
Hello.
the hair game today,
Still,
honey.
yes,
She
she
got
thank
is.
you.
it.
Thank you.
Yes, she is. So,
So
ladies, before
sweet.
we get started, tell me what are we drinking tonight? So we're gonna start with my girl Shalomi. Shalomi, girl, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking a sangria.
Oh, is it a real
Ooh.
sangria?
See,
With
thank
ginger
you.
ale. With ginger ale.
Okay, thank you. 'Cause you
Virgin,
know,
it's the virgin sangria.
Girl,
Y'all
you know she
know
can't do. You know she can't do alcohol.
you see, I had to
the
ask.
way y'all were shocked.
We were. It was all over my face. Bree, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, you know I'm having my little wine, white wine, and with fruit. My husband put so much fruit in here. I guess he was
Oh,
thinking,
hubby
what
again.
are you trying to tell me? I need
You
fruit.
okay?
He made you a fruit salad drink.
I guess he
Yeah.
was that way.
Ooh, yeah. Bree's hubby be making her some drinks.
He
Mm.
does.
Mhm.
He has her ready for after the show. He
He
ready
knows
for the after
exactly what
party.
he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yes. And Kenya, what are you drinking tonight?
So I have tea in my cute little
Oh, that
cupcake
is
cup.
Oh, look how
adorable.
cute that is.
That is.
Addison gave me this for Mother's Day. It was one of my little Mother's Day gifts.
That's so cute.
That is cute.
Adorable, right?
It's
It
adorable.
is.
It is adorable.
Go
It
ahead,
is.
Addison, with your Mother's Day gifts.
Yes.
I know, it's so sweet. So I have tea in here, and then I have some water also in my regular cup.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. Sounds good. And tonight, ladies, I am drinking a glass of Riesling because that's the type of week I had. So
I can understand
I
that.
have the bottle right here next to me. So
Oh,
No, she
and the
didn't bring the
bottle.
bottle.
it was one of those weeks.
She said she got the bottle right next to it.
She brought the bottle, child. She brought the bottle.
I hear you.
I am about to cry. Okay, she said, I have the bottle. I cannot do the bottle. She said, I have the bottle.
I have the bottle. So we have Jaleesa who's joining us from Panama City. Oh,
Julia. Hi,
All
hello.
right, all right.
Girl,
That's the
okay,
one.
that's that the wine is working. So yes,
Child.
yes. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Gina says she's sipping on Ozark water again. That's all right, girl. We have to stay hydrated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
oh, she said that was a cute little cup. Robin said, that's cute from Addison. Stephanie's laughing at us, and I would love to stay, but I'm at work. I gotta run.
Okay,
Aw.
thanks for coming.
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
I mean,
See you
definitely,
next time.
You can catch the playback anytime.
definitely, please catch the playback.
All right.
All
Love
right.
you.
So it's 7:08, guys. So we want to thank all of you guys for joining us tonight for Dishing with the Divas. And
Yes.
so we're going to follow the same format we did last week. We're going to dish about both the Property Brothers as well as Home in a Heartbeat with Gailey Alex. So we're going to start with the Property Brothers first, okay? So this particular episode with the couple is Teeny and Lyle, and they reside in beautiful Glendale, California. And this particular episode is called Better Than a Halftime Show. So when I saw that title, how they titled it, I just knew that I was like, okay, so it's just about football. We're dealing with a game room. I mean, what's going on?
Mhm.
Totally threw me off, and I still don't know how that correlates with whatever it was going on.
You didn't see they were like they're tailgaters, and they
Oh, that's right.
love going to the
Oh, that
football, and
That's
part.
right.
they
That's
they
right.
took their wedding pictures on the football field.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yes.
right. That's
I
right.
that's right. They did. I totally did not connect the two.
I didn't
Mhm.
connect it until Kenya said it either.
Yes, neither. So let's start with the curb appeal, ladies. The house was built in 1968, and like I stated, it's in Glendale, California. What did you guys think about the curb appeal?
It's gorgeous.
I think the neighborhood was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful
Mm.
neighborhood. Loved it. I love the flowers and just
Mhm.
greenery, and it was just so lush and so beautiful. So as far
Mhm.
as curb appeal goes, it was looking really good.
It
Yeah,
was.
look like they power washed. They was ready. Look like they
That,
got ready
yes.
to little bit, huh?
They were
Yeah,
ready. Yeah.
they were ready. Kenya, what
They
did you?
had the landscapers come out, the grass, like you said, the grass all lush and green and
Yes,
popping, and
yes,
the flowers. I was like, ooh, what a cute little house with the
yes,
tile roof. You guys know I love the Spanish look too,
yes,
so
I
it was
know. I
really
know.
cute.
yes.
Mhm.
Bree, what did you think?
I thought it was very manicured, very neat, very
Mm.
clean, very
Mhm.
nice on the outside. It's very taken care of.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
taken care of very nicely for it to be a 1968 house and
Right.
Mm-hmm.
very well taken care of. I had
Mhm.
that. I love the like you guys stated. The views were beautiful. I love the curb appeal also, and then, um, and I like the Spanish style. So I agree with all of you guys with that. Um, so when we walked through the door, and the first thing we saw was just like
Z
the area.
Gallery.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Just
just
But
like
from
what I
like
said.
1990.
uh-huh.
Please say.
So yeah, so you saw like the area. And so what was your first thought when you saw it? When you walked
Inside
through,
the house.
tell me, when you
Mhm.
first walked through the door, what was your, and what you saw in front of you was that big fireplace and
Monstrosity of a fireplace.
just the,
I
yes,
just
that.
kind of chopped it up, and I'm looking at it like, okay, they seem to have a nice house. It's just really chopped up, and
Mhm.
the big fireplace was, I knew that that was one of the things that they would talk about because that was obstructing so much.
Mhm.
And but overall, I thought it was an okay place.
Mhm.
Where the fact that they called the Property Brothers in was, I'm glad they did, because it the house was just not presented as it could have been presented because of
Mhm.
all of the choppiness. And
Mhm.
you can tell that little Miss Tenny Honey is a glam girl, okay?
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. I was gonna,
So
yes.
I was like,
Yeah.
she needs to have everything on display. And
Mhm.
so first impression is, okay, this is an okay house. Girlfriend needs to show what she got and spread her stuff, but she needs some help to, you know,
Yeah.
make the space look like she wants it to look.
Yes.
You know,
Can
to me, I thought she looked like it looked like a bachelorette pad from the 90s, or maybe not even the 90s, maybe like the early 2000s, because some of it was kind of dated, like that table and that base on
Yeah,
the table was kind of dated. But and I thought that when you walked into her house, the entryway was kind of narrow, and then you had to go through that opening. She tried to open it up, she said, but
mhm.
to get to the living room part where the fireplace was and everything. But when they were showing, like you said, all the different spaces, I was like, okay, so another house with, but again, that's indicative of the age of the home, right?
right.
During that time, that's kind of what they did. But
Exactly.
I noticed all of her tchotchkes, her knickknacks, her bling pieces, and her
Yes.
crystal pieces and everything. But it just looked like to me, just how she had it displayed in the curio cabinets. Like that's, I was like, that's from like, the 90s, or like I said, maybe the early 2000s. It just looked a little bit outdated, like the
Mhm.
purple walls and the pink and
Mhm.
stuff. It was just kind of outdated, like she was living her best life at one point,
Yeah,
doing it all glammed
Exactly.
up as a bachelorette. And, it was time to
yeah.
refresh it and bring it up
It
to
was
date.
her house, and then he came to live, right?
Right.
So you're
Mhm.
you're you're on
That's
the money
correct.
with that one, can you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bree, what were your thoughts?
Well, when I first came in, I seen that console table and I said Z Gallery. First thing that
Me too. Me too. I showed my ad. I said, "Look, that's a Z Gallery table right there." I thought that too.
the console table and the dining room table was
Yes,
Z Gallery.
the one
But
Mhm.
that looked. Go ahead.
yeah, but what I commend her, because the things that she purchased in the house is not cheap. There's some money there, and she
Yes.
was
Mm.
willing to give it up so she could bring in a refresh to add her husband so they could be their home. And I thought that
Mhm.
was very commendable of her to do that, because sometimes you find women when they want to, when another person's coming in, like their husband is like, well, this is my style and this is that and other, you know, it takes a little bit to get them to kind of move over the little bit, you know, so he can feel like, you know, this is his home too. And I really like that she thought about his sons, and also to make them feel at home. So I thought she was on the right track about bringing in her new family to share her space. So I
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes,
thought
I
that was really
agree.
commendable of her.
I saw the same things that you guys saw. I was like, okay, I know he has probably had the hardest time, because it's one thing when you live by yourself and you don't want all the glass and bling and glamorous things that she had, the fingerprints, and people want to touch everything. So I'm pretty sure he had to like be a little bit become accustomed to her way of living. And so that
Mhm.
is very commendable, like you said, for her to kind of open up her space to share it with her new husband. So when we start talking about what they want in the space, and so when she first said, and it surprised me because she said she didn't want to find the formal dining room, and I was like, as much
Mm,
as she entertained, I was like, really? I can see
right.
being formal, but as much she wants to take over from her mom, I was like,
Right.
really? And you didn't know how to use the space?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
One of the things I thought about that was resale.
Yes.
I'm
Mhm.
like, for resale, you may have people coming in wanting that, that extra dining room space. So for her to get rid of it, I was shocked too. I'm like, who gets rid of a dining room?
Right.
Me,
Yeah.
me, me, me,
Breathe
me.
like me.
Bree said, I did that. Been there, did that. Definitely.
Well, you know, the space is there. It's like this. The space is there, but it doesn't have to be a dining room. That's where I
Uh-huh.
see it.
Mhm.
And then when you want to resell your home, the space is there.
Mhm.
So that's the way I look at it. I have no reason for a dining room. But when I want to entertain and have people over, I do have the furniture for it. I mean, you can also go and rent furniture for a
Yeah.
party store for a little or nothing to get you some tables and some chairs when you want to have someone over for dinner. But
Mhm.
if you only entertain so many days out of the year as far as dining, then I think a dining room is a waste of space.
So what are you using that space for then when you're
Yes.
not entertaining?
It would be when I'm not entertaining, it is a sitting area, or a reading area, or
Okay.
is an extension from the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
I hear
Okay.
you.
Well, in their case, I was with you, Wani. I was like, well, why? When she just said she wanted to take over, and she had all the pictures of all the family and everything.
Hmm.
So to me, I was like, even if you're not formal people, because I don't consider myself formal either, but I do have a lot of family, and my husband has a large extended family. So when we have everybody over, it's just nice for the kids to have somewhere to sit, the
Mhm.
elderly to have somewhere to sit, you know, because a lot of us are mostly standing up and standing around the kitchen island and kind of congregating there. So it's always nice to have the seating area too. So, and just other options for eating. We kind of do like them, how they have the outdoor space that she said they utilize a lot. And
Mhm.
so I think that's what she was thinking was we don't really need to have a formal dining room because we use our outdoor space. But, you know, I'm like, when the weather's not great, then it's always
Exactly.
good to have an option for indoors.
Yeah.
Even if you're not formal, it didn't have to be set up in a formal way, but just still
Right.
have it available. So I thought that was a little bit of a contradiction, but I was like, well, maybe she just is not thinking about it in that format. So,
Right. Right.
And
excuse me.
that's
So,
true, Kenya, because that's the first thing I thought too when I said, well, she wants to socialize and take over for her mother. You need a dining room if you're gonna, host all these people for dinner. And as you get
mhm.
older, and I find myself thinking this way too, that you want family to come over more, and you want to have those get-togethers and have sit down and have dinner. So I find myself leaning toward that way too for a dining area. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I think maybe too, like they could have a lot of family gatherings or a lot of people over at any given time, but maybe the meals aren't as formal.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
it's like a sit down dinner or whatever. Maybe people are,
Mm-hmm.
you're walking around with your plate, you're mingling, you're talking to people,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
your
Mhm.
cousin,
Mm-hmm.
your
A
sister,
buffet.
your aunt, whoever.
Yeah.
So maybe it really doesn't call for a formal, that
Mhm.
Right.
formalized
That's
setting.
right,
Because
right.
I do the
Right.
most, I don't need a formal space.
Yes, me
Right.
too.
We
Yeah,
don't. Formal is too formal for us. It's like we don't
Exactly.
have time for that. We do buffet style too. So it's like, but everybody just sit where you can sit. So
Yeah.
I like to have
yeah.
lots of seating options for everybody at all age ranges. So, and then when we talk about the reveal, I'll bring this conversation back because it was something about what they did, and I was like, okay,
Okay.
so let's
Yeah,
move forward.
yes, because it was some things that I thought, okay,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, some of the things that they wanted to change. So she didn't care about the former dining room. She wanted to change the floors. She wanted the kitchen to be more updated. She wanted to be open, um, and one entry. Oh, she wanted entry into the kitchen, and they wanted to have a modern Spanish style. But they didn't. They knew they wanted to keep some of the Spanish characteristics of the house, but it didn't really seem like it was really modern. So when they said modern Spanish, I think they figured out what they wanted along the way.
Mhm.
That's what they kind of
I
wanted.
think they, I think they wanted. They just didn't know how to achieve it. Is what it
Right.
seemed like to
There
me.
was some modern and there was some modern elements there,
Yeah,
but it
Yeah.
was
but they
mostly
couldn't make
Spanish.
it mesh, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so when they went into the other room, because when Jonathan asked, okay, that's all you have to show me, and they showed the bedroom. What were your thoughts, ladies, about that bedroom?
Oh my
Closet.
God.
What was that on that
No
wall?
way. I want to open my eyes every morning and look, just be staring at clothes. Do you
Yeah.
imagine? Can you imagine tidying your room, like cleaning it up, giving it that nice makeover? You have your luxury pillows on, it's beautiful, and now you have to think about going and arranging all the clothes in order of color just to
Yes.
have,
So
just to make it
Right.
look
You know, you kind of
presentable.
mingle
So
in with
you gotta,
your
yeah,
aesthetics.
I'm like, child,
Yes.
everybody in the world. That time to be waking up to the clothes saying good morning.
I
Yes.
felt sad for
Yeah,
him. I was like, it looked like he just,
well,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was just like being careful, basically. Didn't
Right.
want to step on no toes.
tread
He
lightly.
was like, I'm just gonna get in where I can fit in.
He was like, yes, I'm just happy to be here.
Tread lightly. Time to tread
Even
lightly.
if it was a square peg in a brown hole, he still had to do
Exactly.
it.
And I was like, I was like, okay, I get it. But I'm like, she could have put like doors on it or
Put a
something. But
curtain. Put a curtain.
girl,
Something.
chill on me.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
drop cloth, even.
Drop
So-
The clothes.
That was funny. Okay, so now we're gonna start. So then when they have their they start talking or whatever, and they begin the demolition. The first issue, the asbestos, all
Oh yeah.
throughout the house.
$15,000 worth.
I
50.
told my husband, note to ourselves, we will never buy a house in California. I've
Oh
said
my
that before, but I was like, I promise you, we won't. They all got problems.
Oh,
all
in
of them.
1960 something house, you're gonna find some asbestos.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it
Hey,
was
sunny
all
day.
throughout the house, like they stated, and
Yeah.
$15,000 gone just like that. I
Just
would have
like
been
that.
sick.
I'll be
Yeah.
sick to my stomach.
With
Because they
all
had a
the
nice little healthy
Luckily,
budget of 260
I was gonna
grand.
say, I
Yeah.
was gonna say that. Luckily, they had a nice
they
budget.
had a
So,
budget, yes. So their budget
mhm.
was $260,000, which was very, very good. So now, so I was like, okay, I was like, please don't say like your budget is like 150 or something like that. Yeah, they not gonna
They
be able
must
to do
have a
that.
minimum. Seems like everybody budget has been at least 200 or better. I
I think
can't remember anyone being under 200.
here in California, they better have a budget.
They bet, yes, they
Yeah.
better.
A
Yes.
healthy,
Yeah.
a healthy budget, right?
And
Mhm.
she has some money too, because those houses are not cheap. So,
Exactly.
and
Mhm.
she was paying the mortgage by herself, so she good.
She good.
And that's why he moved in with her. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, she has a very cute house. Probably if it's not paid for, it's probably on its way or whatever. So it probably made sense for him to move in with her as opposed to them trying to purchase another home altogether. So, and then he could
Right.
help with the renovations for the house.
Exactly.
Right. Instead of buying a whole new house.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to the inspiration. Now I'm thinking, okay, here we go. I don't know if they run out of houses or what. And now we want to show up at Cracker Barrel and all of that.
The Cracker Barrel.
Taco Bell.
I'm like, what the heck?
Well,
So we're going to the restaurant.
This was my face.
Well, I can understand where he was getting at, but I'm thinking like you, Wani, they mustn't have a house that was close enough for their aesthetic. But I tried to look at it with an open mind. Okay, so they went into the restaurant and they had the bar there and they had all these Spanish elements and decor and I was saying, okay, I can see where he's coming from, but I can't picture exactly what he's trying to come across as. I mean, what do you? Because if somebody take you as a customer, somebody take you into a place and say, okay, is there any of these elements that you want? You're gonna say, oh, okay, well, I do like that.
right.
You're taking me to a restaurant.
Yes.
Something I like.
Let me tell you what happened.
What happened, Shalom?
This seems to me like, since y'all don't know what you want, let me take you to the restaurant that has a hodgepodge of everything, and y'all can just choose from the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. Exactly.
Just
I
choose
wonder
from
if it was a buffet restaurant.
I'm like, here we go again.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go again with the restaurant. I like I said.
Go ahead.
I was not happy. I was not happy. And now there were elements in the restaurant, like Shalomi said, let me choose what I like because this is where you brought me. So I better find something. Yes.
Right.
So
that's what I thought too.
Mm-hmm. That's
even
exact vibe that I got. Yeah, this is what you brought me. So.
Mm-hmm. It seemed like even Tenny said something to that effect too. She was like, okay, yeah, this is cool and everything, but like I like more color and like I like this about it, I like that about it. But right, it was like she, like you said, was, and they, like you said, they had so much going on in that restaurant too, because like they had the big drapery in the back, which I thought was cool. And then they had the tile work on the front table I thought was cool, but then they had the wood that was like chevron pattern or something, whatever I didn't care for. Then they had some other stuff, and then they had the courtyard in the back with the fireplace, and it was just like, it was just so much going on, and all of it was very neutral, like she, to her point. And so she was like, I need a pop of color, and you could tell she had a lot of to me, I thought that she was very fashionable. She had a classic look, but she would add a pop. Like she had on that pink short set. I was like, go ahead with your little out.
I saw that short set. I said,
and her colorful heels.
I said, that is right there. I will rock a short set like that with some heels in a minute. I loved it.
Yes, exactly.
Here, hey, Auntie, walking as Jesus walked. Hey.
Hello. And we have A. Daly who has joined us. And it was someone else who up here who joined us recently. But welcome everybody. I'm sorry I missed it. Yes. Okay. So we have the restaurant for our inspiration. And so some of the things they had on their wish list, they like the exposed beams. I'm like, everybody's liking beams right now. Shalomi, you're on Vogue. You're on Vogue. Yes.
Where is for Lisa?
Where is
I know.
Those beams, they wanted natural wood tones, consistent flooring, and the bar area. They wanted pops of color, which did not surprise me because, like we stated, Tenny light color, and so, and they wanted an archway. and then they love
Mhm.
the outdoor space. What did you guys think about the restaurant's outdoor space?
I
I
didn't think.
thought the fireplace was nice.
And so did I.
And I thought it was a good inspiration for a Spanish look
Mm-hmm.
that they showed them. So it looked like honestly, the restaurant to me looked like a place that I might would go and have a bite to eat.
So
Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily go there for any home decor inspiration,
Thank
but
you.
it looked like a nice spot, like it was bright and it looked
Yeah.
really clean. And so I was like, and I could definitely see sitting out in the courtyard having brunch or something. So I thought it
exactly.
was, a cute restaurant.
Yeah.
It was. So
Very nice. But if I
yes,
go there, I'm thinking about the food. I'm not
I'm
thinking
not
about no
looking at the
decor.
exactly.
Right, right.
I totally
I must be different then because when I go to a restaurant, I'm looking at the decor.
Child, I'm hungry. I'm
girl.
not
I
looking
look
at
at the
none of
menu
that.
too. I look at the menu too, but
I
I look at
might
the
look.
decor because you can get some great ideas for some of these restaurants in the decor, especially their lighting and how they some of the decor, I guess you could say that they how they set up their areas and their vignettes and things in that nature in certain areas. So there are some possibilities in a restaurant,
That's
but
true.
that is not a place that I would take a client.
No, that
But
was
Yeah,
so,
I was gonna
but
say, well,
guess
maybe
what?
you think Drew on point with that because
That's
this
what I
is
was
not the
just
first
gonna
time he's done
say.
it. Hmm.
Maybe now we will start to pay a little bit more attention,
Hmm.
more than just the
Hmm.
menu.
yeah.
Now,
With
there are some things about some restaurants that might stand out to me, and I'm like, oh, that's really pretty. Like I've seen this one place had these banquets that were really high, and it had like it was tufted. It was gorgeous. It was like this beautiful lush velvet. And so that stood out to me as a decor element. But I
taking
don't
on
necessarily just be thinking about decor. But it's got to be something that's really a statement that make me notice it in a restaurant. Otherwise I don't necessarily be thinking about, oh, I could do that at my house or at a client's house or something. So,
Well,
yeah.
one
but
place
yeah, now I'll change our mindset.
when we go traveling and we're staying at like nice hotels, I look at that. I look at the
Hotels, I
That
do.
too, yeah.
hotels
Hotels, I
in
definitely do.
trouble. Yes, I
Hmm.
always. So yes, I do that. Okay, so now we're going to talk about their options. So option one, they can have the open kitchen floor plans with cabinets in the back wall of the kitchen, and they can have the real like Spanish tiles for the backsplash, and the dining room they would change that into a pantry, and then they would have a table and chairs, and and then they would talk about the collapsible wall of windows.
And the vaulted
Okay.
Hmm.
ceiling.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
vault ceiling, exactly. So for that, it was going to take what was that, 8 weeks, and it was going to take the entire budget of $260,000. Okay, so
Mhm.
option two, we can have everything I just stated, except we won't do the vaulted ceilings, no arches, and then they would redo the bedroom and have a walk-in closet system. That was going to be 7 weeks at $240,000. They would not have they would lose the bar and the ceilings, like I stated. Which one would you ladies have chosen?
Well, to be
I
honest
probably
with
would have
you,
chose option two to give the man a closet.
my mouth dropped. My
I
mouth
would have wanted
dropped.
to incorporate my husband into the house. So
My mouth dropped when they both said one, because I was
yeah,
sure they were gonna say two, because you're getting
Girl,
yeah.
everything. So you
she
get
was
one
You-
plus
squeezing his
two.
hand. I know
You
she was. She was squeezing his hand, and he
was like,
said,
you
"Move
better say
apart."
one.
well, the thing
And
is,
then
they could
and
give
then I don't know if it
everything
was
except the
Jonathan.
vaulted.
Yeah,
It
I don't
was
know if it
like they
was
were still
Jonathan
gonna
or
give it to
Drew who asked if you get option two, are you going to share the closet? She still doesn't agree with that. She's like,
She was like one.
Yeah.
But guess what? I think I think, well, not they, she. I think she
Mhm.
went with option one, maybe because she was like, if we're gonna if we're gonna lose the dining room and I want to entertain, we must have a bar. Like we need to have a bar. We can't
Mhm.
lose the dining room and the bar too. What are we gonna do for entertaining?
Mhm.
I didn't see the bar. Where was the bar?
They t- they
Yeah.
did a
That little
bar
bar
like
area by the
There was
window.
no bar.
by the
It was
window.
a black. It was a black
Was
bar.
a black encasing kind of.
I think I might have missed the bar too, because
No, I didn't see no bar. There is no bar.
You mean the bar in the reveal or the bar before?
The
no,
bar
The
in the
bar
reveal,
in
they
the
have one
reveal,
before,
because I
right?
was looking for the bar, because remember they had a bar there when you came through the house, but there was no bar at the end.
They had a bar cabinet.
Yes, it like a black
It was a
encasement.
black. It was a bar
Those
cabinet.
were pantry items.
No, you on
No,
No,
the other
there
side.
must be something else.
they built a separate pantry for them,
It was right. The
Right,
bar
so they
cabinet
didn't
was,
have to put their things in the garage.
yes. The bar
right. The
cabinet
pantry was nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand that, but there was two black cabinets with glass. There was
that
one on one side and one on the other side, and it had vases in there and baskets in there.
That's not the
yes.
bar.
The bar
Mm-mm,
That
that
was
wasn't
wasn't
right.
the
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 bar.
bar.
bar
The
was an
bar,
extension of like the kitchen counter
yes,
all the
all the
way
way to
down to
the
where
end
they had the
by the
bar.
glass
Ah, I
windows.
have to go back and look at that, because I was like, I didn't see no bar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I,
wasn't
I
a
didn't
bar
really the
bar. It was just a bar.
yeah, I wasn't, obviously it wasn't that impressive, Bree, because I missed it also. I saw the bar thing outside where when they slid the doors
Mm-hmm.
open, and
Yes.
they had the
Mm-hmm.
like little I don't know if it was a hut, but it was like a bar and it had the little top over it. That looked like the
Mm-hmm.
bar to me. So I missed the bar inside the house too. So obviously it was, you know, nondescript. It,
Stephanie
so
said it was
It fell off
small.
the map. It fell off the map.
clearly
It
it
fell
was
off.
right.
It
We
fell
missed
off the
it.
map.
It
But
did not give the wow factor,
it,
obviously.
my daughter would have said it did not give what it was supposed to
It
have
did not
gave.
give. Thank you.
That's why we missed it, right? And to
It
think that
wasn't a
they chose it,
designated bar.
and to think that they chose it over the bedroom redo.
Yes,
And he
yes.
could have had him a closet and
He
and
knew
just
the man wakes up from a nightmare, the clothes be moving, walking around. He's
Girl,
like,
girl.
I can't believe I gotta deal with this.
So the option that they chose for you guys who did not see it, they chose option one. So he is still in that little IKEA cabinet. His clothes are all there, and so that's how it's gonna be.
Open
So,
faced.
open face.
yeah,
Just see all of his business.
crammed in there.
You better not buy another shirt.
He got a matching
Not
shirt.
one.
He got a matching shirt like Drew and Jonathan. He got all the plaids like Drew and Jonathan. He wants to switch wardrobes.
They should have.
Oh my
You
God.
gotta
Stephanie said color palettes. I am done.
okay, for real. Oh my goodness. So they go and they do all the demolition or whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump to the reveal. Okay. So the reveal, they walk through the door, and when they come in, ladies, what were your thoughts about what you saw?
Lots of light, very
Yes.
flowy.
Yes.
Yeah.
First
Yes.
of
I thought it
all,
was impressive. The arch was impressive.
Oh, yes,
It
very
created a
impressive.
very nice
Mm,
entry into the home.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
agree.
was very pretty, a very, very, very nice entry.
the first thing I noticed that they changed the color of the door. Did y'all notice that?
Yes, I did. Uh-huh.
From that, what is it, hot pink grid to
Some
a
kind of
nice
pink.
green. Yeah, they changed the door. And the archway was beautiful. I actually I don't want to move too fast. I was gonna say something about the fireplace, but I don't want to
Um,
move too far ahead. But it was beautiful, it was light, it was open.
Mhm.
Honestly, this reveal for me was giving me everything that I didn't know I needed.
Mm.
Yeah.
yes.
And I think one of the things could have been that they stayed away from all the blue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And
When they
green.
were putting the cabinets in the color, I'm like, oh, thank goodness, no blue and no green.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I
They
forget
had
to
those little
pull out
green
the
pillows,
blue.
but those were
But those are
cute.
cute.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
yes.
yeah, I
And
love.
they weren't green like what they've been giving us. They were more like a mossy color,
Yes, I love
so
those.
Yes.
yeah.
I love
You
those.
know what? Since we're talking about the fireplace, I couldn't wait to talk about it because I was so shocked, like Jonathan was, when he started peeling that brick away and it just fell off. And he was like, oh my goodness, this is
It's
the original
exactly what I
fireplace.
drew.
Because
What
we
I
were
drew.
in the curves. These
It
are
was
the curves.
beautiful. I was like, oh, so perfect for
That
that
was a good.
house.
That was a beautiful surprise.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought
So
that was so nice that it was already what he wanted. You know, it
exactly.
was already there. Now, I have to say, as it relates to in the reveal, though, I felt like he should have put a mantle. I didn't like just that odd shaped mirror and no mantle. I was like,
I
where's the
don't think.
mantle?
I don't think Spanish. Do they have Spanish? They don't have mantles.
Well,
You
give them
can
one. They
have a
want
mantle.
modern.
But
It's
see,
just.
Yeah,
with
they
the
It
could have
would
put a
house,
look. It would
wood.
look
They could have put
odd.
a piece of
Yeah, it
wood
would.
or
I think it would
something.
look odd because I think
I loved it.
I
Like
loved it
I don't
too.
know.
I loved it just like that.
mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
looked
because
like a
it would took
chimenea
away
to
from
me.
the facade.
It did look a lot
I
Because
like
the
a
shape
monument.
is what done it. It was the shape. And if you put something in front of it, it would take away from it to me.
Not in front of it.
I
They should
like
have put a mantle above it. Where that mirror was, right at the bottom of the mirror, I feel like it should have been a mantle there. At least just
Hmm.
a wood beam, maybe to tie in with the top. But otherwise, to me, it was beautiful, but it just looked unfinished because to me, it seemed like it needed something because now it looked like a chimenea to me. And so, which is, it was still beautiful, but for me, I would have been like,
I get what
okay,
you're
where we
saying.
gonna hang our Christmas
I
stockings?
think the
You know,
word
I'm
hang
thinking
like
about,
that.
you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. But I actually liked it more looking at it than when they did the projections and they were doing like the showing you
For the
like how
the
they're gonna
rendering.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
like
Mhm.
I'm like that looks so big and odious, but at the end it looked better than I thought it would have looked.
It did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you
It
guys
did come
think
to out nice.
about the lighting and how the living room and it went from the living room and then into the kitchen area and the beams, how the beams tied both spaces together?
Trust me, honey, with
Mhm.
the beams. The beams did it for me. Y'all know I'm like, I wasn't a beam person before, but now it's the beams, they are at work. You hear
Yes,
me?
girl.
Beams
Yes.
are at work.
Love
And
it.
Not a
it's
bean
certainly
person.
appropriate for the style of that home too. It's very much indicative of the Spanish style. So it
Mhm.
made a lot of sense for their house to have beams. So it was a beautiful element to me. I'm with you, Sean. I just love it already anyway, but to me it made perfect sense in this home, especially too.
Okay.
Yes, I agree. I'm not a beans person, but it does make a lot of sense to have it in that Spanish style home,
Come
especially
on
when
over
they
to
did the
the
high
beam side.
ceilings.
Come on over to the
Huh?
beam
Mhm.
side,
Come
Bree.
on
Come over
over.
to the
Come
beam
on over
side.
here.
I'm a
Exactly.
modern stylist. You don't see beams in a modern home.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So now we're going to go into the kitchen, ladies. What were your thoughts about the kitchen? I want each
I
one of
didn't
you
like it.
to give me a pro and a con. Bree.
Go ahead, Breeze. All right.
Okay.
Breeze up first.
You come on with the con, Bree. Come on with the con, Bree.
The pro is I love the black cabinets that they had built in. I love that. That was a great element. It was a nice, beautiful focal point. I thought that was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no. The lights that they had hanging, that they were the big brass lights, and she had 3 or 4 of them. I thought that was a little bit too loud. But um, I don't know. I
I
don't think it went
absolutely,
with the style.
I absolutely love those.
I did
You
too.
do.
Yes,
Ooh.
I did.
I
I
absolutely
did.
love those. And it
I
was
think
in
that would have
that
been great
moment
if they were black.
looking at because you're the black girl, right? You're the one that loves
Mhm.
everything black. And it would have been just the same.
Exactly.
Yes,
It
I
would
am.
have been just for those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, not that she's a black girl, but Brie loves black. Her decor is
Yes, she
a lot of it
does.
is just absolutely beautiful. But I
Mhm.
love that copper because if it were black, I don't think your eyes would have gone up as quickly,
Exactly.
Right.
I
right?
agree.
I
Right.
think it would have because it would have stood out.
It draws your eye, but the brass just
It does.
It
another
sparkled.
thing,
It was
another
like a
Yeah.
jewelry.
yes. It
Yeah.
had so
Mhm.
many beautiful things in the kitchen.
Mhm.
I loved the sink with the three. It had like 3 faucets. Did y'all see that?
I
It was
missed
Two
that.
two.
was it 2 faucets?
No,
It
there
was
were
two.
3.
No,
You
it was
want
one
You
little
there were
one.
2. There were 2
It
that
was
opened
one
at
little
the
Oh
one.
same
yeah, the little
time,
water
and then
faucet.
there
Right,
was a
right.
little one.
Yeah, the
They
little
were
water
The little
faucet.
water faucet. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was a great idea.
It was. I was like, come on now. I
Yeah,
love
I
No.
thought
it.
that was a great
And there
idea.
was something else that I love, but I think I'm gonna leave something for Kenya.
Oh, thank you. Now I will say I was impressed with that large sink and the two water faucets. I didn't
Mhm.
factor in the smaller one because I was like, okay, that's
No,
like for your water filtration.
it wasn't a turn one. I know the one
Mhm.
you're talking about. There were actually three faucets. Two were taller than the other. There were two
Huh.
taller ones and one
I
lower
just
one.
seen two. I just
If
seen two.
Yeah, I
Go
saw
back
the
and
two.
look, because
Okay.
I
Yeah.
showed it to my aunt. I was like, look, they have two. Oh, they have three. Two
Well,
were taller and one was a little bit lower
yeah.
than the other one. Did anybody
Well,
in the comments, Stephanie, did you see that?
yeah, let us know because I missed
Yeah,
it. I thought the sink was huge. I did like the two faucets. Now, what I liked in the kitchen too was let me see here what I wrote. I wrote it's absolutely beautiful. Though I'm with Bree. I love those built-ins, that black case built in with all of the pottery and the china or whatever you could put in there. I thought that pantry was spectacular. I thought it was like
Yes,
a butler's
spectacular.
pantry. I didn't care for the swing doors, but
that
I
part.
like the space.
I love
I
the
like
space.
that she has shelves all the way around where she could open shelves, she could put her things. Then the cabinetry at the bottom, it could be like a butler's pantry. So when you having guests over and you have
Yes.
the extra food there, whatever, I just
Mhm.
thought it was perfect for entertaining that with that large pantry like that. I loved all the space that they added in the in the island,
Mhm.
all the cabinets that they put under there too. So it was like they had space on storage on top of storage on top of storage. So it was like you guys don't need to worry about going to the garage ever again because you can put everything you
Yeah.
need in
Exactly.
here. Now, also I did let me see what else I'm
Okay.
gonna say about them.
Let's put
Oh,
Stephanie's
oh now you
comments.
said things I didn't like.
Oh,
What I did not like is that they put the island and then they put
That
the
table.
table right next to it. I
Yeah.
was like, what kind of
Why?
sense does that make?
Just
Why
build
didn't they just
look,
do two islands?
just build
Because
or
he
build
said that.
it out.
Just built it out exactly.
Build it out.
I was
Just
like,
Yeah.
yeah, make one big long one, or if you wanted to be able to walk around it, whatever to add
yeah.
more, whatever, then make two. Because we've seen it where they've done two like front to back, will it be two like that? So if they want to do it side to side, okay, that's fine. But I was like, that table. So basically, they put the dining room table next to the kitchen island since they
Yeah.
got rid of the dining room. And to me, that just didn't make any sense. Or they should have looked very similar. And I didn't like the kind of farmhousey legs on the table. I was like, now they're giving us all this kind of modern stuff with the island, and then we got
Mhm.
this farmhousey kind of vibes with the table, and I just wasn't feeling that. I was like, to me, that table didn't go with anything else, not even with those built-in cabinets or anything. I
Mhm.
was like, oh, why'd they do that? They ruined it. I
That's
mean,
why
it was
it's a
functional still, but
restaurant. That's why it's a
yeah,
Yes.
I had that on my
restaurant.
list. The table, they just ruined it. It's supposed to be something like a prep area, but I was like, okay, then make an island.
Yeah.
right,
Uh,
like you said, make one big long one like they've
Yeah.
done before, or make two separate ones if they wanted to have two separate
Yeah.
work areas.
Mhm.
But to me, that was
yeah.
strange that they switched it out and made it a table, which didn't flow with the aesthetics of everything else.
Right. So what I said was that, like you guys, we like this the same thing except for Brie, and the pendants, and I love the gold. I love the island. I thought the table, like you ladies said, it seemed a little bit out of place. But two things I didn't like about the kitchen. I did not like that there were no uppers and they just had that little ledge down there. And I understand because they have all that other storage, but it just looked incomplete to me. And I
Yeah.
didn't like having the little tchotchkes up there
Yeah.
unnecessarily. Didn't like that. And then I thought that this is going to be a little sexist because I say this a lot of times about the builder of my house. I knew he was a man because I'm like, they have the wall of storage, right, with the glass. It's gonna have to stay perfect all the time.
Exactly.
Oh
It's
yeah.
be perfect all the time.
Yeah.
So they got that really nice refrigerator with the glass window. You can't
Yeah.
no field. It has to be perfect all the time. You know
Child, them
what?
juices are gonna have to be forward facing
Yeah.
all the time.
Everything
Yeah.
is lined up.
The Minute Maid
Yeah.
just be lined up. The cinnamon
Yeah.
orange just be lined up
I'm
all
like,
the time.
okay, I'm like, it's nice, it's great for a restaurant, but in a house, like, is that practical? I mean, if what's his name again? What's the husband's name?
Lyle.
Lyle.
If he had to be careful in the living room beforehand, he better put that juice and that milk back in that refrigerator right there.
They have to have all pretty containers and everything facing forward.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, all in all, guys, so what are we going to give this? Okay, so lastly, do you guys think that the Property Brothers, is this did they do good? Do you think that the clients got what they want? How would you rate them? 1 out of 10.
For me,
10
I'm
being the
rating this
best.
a 10 out of 10. To be honest with you, this was my favorite reveal so far.
Exactly.
This
Hmm.
has been my favorite reveal. This is the one that had me go,
Mhm.
that is really nice. Not that the others
Mhm.
were, but there was just something about this one. When I saw it, it was like I said, it was the reveal I didn't realize I needed till I saw
Yes.
it. It was amazing. I absolutely loved
Mhm.
it.
So Lomi says 10 out of 10. Kenya, what you think?
So I'm gonna say a 10 out of 10 also, because I think that number one, the couple was very happy. And I think that they did a great job of connecting the house, the inside to the outside, because she already had a beautiful backyard
Mhm.
and they already enjoyed spending time out there. So they made it a more cohesive space where they can kind of flow in and out without, seamlessly, basically. So I think that they did. And one thing we didn't mention too is I thought the backsplash was very nice in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
thought that
the
was pretty.
stove. The part in the stove with
Yes,
the
that
Yeah,
water.
sports part, yeah.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
And another thing we missed also was the folding doors. They were gorgeous.
Yes.
Right,
They were
right, right,
gorgeous.
right. So that's what I mean when they could just open it all the way, and now they can just easily flow in and out with their entertainment, with their
With the
friends
bugs.
and family. Yeah, I
Mhm.
thought that was perfect. So I don't know if I would say this was my favorite reveal, but I definitely was impressed. I was like, okay, they did their thing with this house. I think the house was just quite charming also.
Right.
And so it made for, you know, it was not hard to make it be really cute because it was already a charming space. And so I think they really gave it life. They really brought it to its grandeur again. And so I think that was really special about it. So that's why I would say they did a 10 out of 10. And I do like that they did honor her wishes and find the money in the budget to do
Yes.
the
The
other
little
bedroom, the guest bedroom, so that when the son comes and the husband has a little office space, even though his little desk was smaller than at least the L shape he had before. I was
yeah.
like, they gave him a dinky little desk, but at least the space looked better. It wasn't purple and pink. So,
Well, he has a
so
whole table in the kitchen if he need more space.
Go
I
to the
guess so,
dining
right?
room.
And
Yeah.
he could probably take some of his clothes from the other room and put them in that closet too.
Or go out back. Go out back. There's a lot of room out back.
Move outside. Exactly. All right, ladies. So we're running short on time. So we're gonna go on into Home in a Heartbeat.
Great job, Property Brothers. Great job.
Great
Yes.
job, Property
I
Brothers.
gave it a 7 if y'all don't care, but
Oh, okay. What's happening? Breeze be hard on him.
Bree said, "I'm glad they showed up."
Bree giving them a 7 for the pendant lighting because they were in black.
Okay, exactly.
Can they get points for the black trim though? The
Oh,
black
I think they should.
built-ins?
That was beautiful.
Now they
that
back
was
to
Mhm.
gorgeous. Those
they back
folding
to
doors
the
was gorgeous. I give them an
Okay.
8. Okay, 8.
Oh my God.
Okay.
They appreciate it, Bree.
Listen, one thing I noticed to keep these people happy, Bree and Kenya, you just got to do something black for Bree and just do a fireplace for Kenya.
Please.
They'll be okay.
And no beans for
There
Lisa.
it is.
And no beans are for Lisa.
No
She'll
beans
be all
for
right.
Lisa. The whole design is
There it is.
All right.
So we're gonna go to our girl, Gailey Alex for At Home in a Heartbeat, and so we're gonna discuss episode 4. And her client is Jeremy, and he has 2 kids, a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old, and he recently had a cancer. He had throat cancer. So this was the one last week where Shalomi thought she found a love connection.
No,
And
not with him.
I thought it was
Thought it was the other guy.
I thought she
Stephanie said it was
on the
this
one
guy.
last week. There was something in the way she spoke to him where this little tenderness came out in her voice.
Oh, that was last week.
Yeah.
And I know he was married to. I know he was married to a man or whatever, but he wasn't the one crushing on her. She was the one crushing on him.
Okay. I thought it was the love connection this week.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That's what Stephanie and I thought. I thought that she seemed, although maybe she was being sentimental with him because of his health issues that he was getting over. So, but Stephanie thought that it was Jeremy that she had a crush on.
Yes, Jeremy. Yes. Okay. So when we go into his house, okay, first of all, when we talk about the curb appeal of the house, I'm having a hot flash. So
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Flash on, sis. I'm right
Girl,
here.
you see, it's starting. Yeah. So when we talk about the curb appeal, what was your first impression as we come up to the house?
I loved it.
Oh,
Very nice.
Very
the
nice.
neighborhood. I'm
The
like,
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yeah, gorgeous.
I was looking at the neighbor's house in the background, like when they show the different angles. I was like, "Oh, look at the house across the street."
yes, you would not have to twist my arm to live there, honey. I'll be like that.
Oh,
I'm there. It was beautiful.
It was
Beautiful house, beautiful landscaping too.
I love the color of the house. I like the dark elements that was off the house. It just really popped off though.
Right.
A cream color. So
And again, it was the like Spanish style, So I was loving it. It was the arches and everything. Yeah.
I agree. So the area that he wanted to focus on, he wanted was his office. And what were your thoughts besides like, yep, a man lives here?
That was it.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, the garage looked like mine. I was like, I can't say nothing about his garage.
They needed storage badly. They needed a lot of storage.
Yeah.
Everything was overflowing with shouldn't be there. The dining room, the laundry room.
It looked like I can't say that. It looked like mine.
That's 75% of Americans' garage. That's the way it looks.
Which
is why a lot of us have garages, but we park outside.
And that's how
we got enough room for my truck, and my husband got to park outside. So.
we have ever since we've had houses, we've always parked inside the garage. Old cars, I'd get rid of it if it can't hold. No, we're not using the garage as storage. Next thing you know,
there you go. The same here.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it like that's a typical garage. It has a lot of junk in it. It has the bicycles on one side and this on the other side. The freezer is in there. The fridge stuff.
Same.
Well, I thought they turned their garage into the bedroom. I thought for sure she said that they remodeled the garage into the bedroom, so now they don't have a garage.
No.
Or storage.
No.
Huh.
Let's talk about the spaces that they need to do because he wanted to do the garage, the office, and his backyard. Which was nice. I liked it already. It needed some sprucing up, but I thought it looked okay. I didn't think it was that bad till she redid it, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
It just needed.
I thought that was a surprise. I thought the outside was a surprise.
No, the pool house.
The pool house was a surprise.
Yeah, the casita. The little casita.
Bree, did you watch the episode?
Hold up.
Episode 4.
No, I watched episode 5.
Oh no.
Well, we have a jump on episode 5
Well,
now.
hold
And
on, hold on.
I didn't watch episode 5 this time
Me
because
neither,
last week I
because I didn't
was
want to
thinking
get in
ahead.
trouble for that same reason. Okay, Bree, you're just gonna have to hold your horses till next week.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
So
so
because I
easy.
was like, I'm not looking ahead.
It is
I
so
wanted
easy.
to watch it, but I was like, no, because I don't want to mix them up if
It
they
is
seem
so
to be
easy.
same.
Real
Bree was
easy.
Girl,
on
I looked at
somebody else's
episode 5.
house.
All right, now let me hush.
What city in my garage, girl? Yeah. Well,
Right?
my garage is now public storage for my brother. So
Uh-oh.
okay.
My
So yeah,
garage is not. I mean, we do have storage shelves and things in there, but still, it's just
yeah.
it's a typical garage. My
Typical
husband can't park it, so
Yes. Okay.
Donzel,
So
Donzel and Bree, I'm gonna need y'all to watch the right episodes,
yes,
Donzel.
I'm gonna need y'all. Yes. I mean, y'all can't. What? Well,
Stop jumping
Donzel.
ahead.
Okay. Well, Gina was on episode 3. Thank you, Gina.
I forgot that we were an episode behind.
We are an episode behind, so we're doing
Mhm.
4 week.
Next
So
week
5 is the next one, but Bree would have already been so prepared.
she would have been.
Mm.
So
I wrote
Donzel,
notes and
to be ready
everything.
we
to
we
be ready
expect
next
you
week.
to be very immersed in the conversation next week because
Yes.
you have a jump. You and Bree, y'all should have a fabulous conversation.
They're gonna lead it. Bree and Donzel leading it next week.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
So
All right.
it was planned the recovery of the Oasis. So she was going to get rid of the papers. I mean the pavers, the stains on the wall, the paint. She wanted to paint the entire house.
$10,000 later.
$10,000 for the paint. I was like, Jesus.
That was well
Good
spent, I
Lord.
thought, though.
It was.
It really gave the house to me, it was cute already. It was pretty already anyway, but it really, like you said, Wani, that creamy color and then with the dark trim just made the house pop. It looked like a Mediterranean, villa or something. It was really pretty.
Very pretty.
Yeah,
So
it was
have to go back
money
and
well
get that
spent.
episode.
you're gonna have to watch that. We're not gonna discuss it with you. But so so the special gift was the guest house, right? And the guest house was just like a little hodgepodge of stuff in there that he just put in there.
Yeah.
But like you stated, I agree that the area was really nice already. It just like Shalomi said, just needed like a little woman's touch, things that men probably just don't think about. Okay, so it was $10,000 to paint the house.
Wow.
And so they have 72 hours to do all of this. Luckily, they painted the house, what it was like a week before or something like
She
that.
hired another company to do it.
Because
Mhm.
they was like, girl, we're not going to be able to do that. I was like, what's wrong with you? Who's going to do that? So
Mhm.
one of the other things that, she wanted to make sure that he had a place that he could really relax. So when she got that barrel sauna in, I was like, wow. That was really nice.
Yeah, I think he must have had a conversation with her about certain things that he was doing for his treatments because she also had that deep soaking tub, and apparently that's something he was doing in the backyard, and she brought it into the garage. So it seemed to me that they had a conversation about some things that he's doing to take care of himself. For his treatment. And so she was able to address that because I thought that was pretty cool that she brought that in. And I was thinking, like, why would she think to add a sauna otherwise? And so it made sense when they had some other conversation and it was like, oh, okay. So I thought that was pretty cool too. That and I thought that it looked really nice in that little spot. It was like the perfect spot for it.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought so too.
Well, remember, they're friends, right? So there are certain things about him that she would have known, and I don't think that to your point, Kenya, it speaks to her listening skills. Your friend and picking up on certain things to be able to execute something like this. So I like that through their relationship and kind of knowing some of the things that he needed, that she would be able to to execute those things for, to sustain his health.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we talk about the garage one? Are we talking about the reveal already? Or
We're about to go into the reveal
okay,
now.
sorry. Okay.
No. Well, you're good, girl. I know you got me. So let's go into the reveal, and we're talking about the garage. What were your thoughts, ladies, about the garage? What did you initially? What did you think when they lifted the garage door? Did you have a wow moment or nah?
My
I
moment
did.
was okay. I was like, okay, that it looks really good. One of the things I liked about it was the faux brick walls that they put in.
Yes.
I really like that. It added so much texture to
Mm-hmm.
the space.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
also like that she like I love the refrigerator that she put in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That
Love it.
upright black one to those three little ones under the counter.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
you couldn't even see where the freezer was because that was
Mhm.
encased in
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. That was
It
that
was
was genius.
it
That
was
was.
That
That
was
was a good
beautifully done.
idea. That's a good idea. So
yeah.
okay.
And
And I love
that's
how it pulled out.
I
And
yes,
love that.
so it was like obviously on wheels or something. So
yes,
that was really cool. To me, that the garage looked like this swanky gym that I used to go to back when I was single and like all into my fitness and everything or whatever, and paid a ridiculous amount of money to go to this gym just because it was looked real trendy.
Yes.
And I was like he said, I think he even said that something to the fact that this looks like a place that I would pay a membership for.
exactly.
Um, I thought she did a really good job. It wasn't overly done. It
Mm-hmm.
was like just the right amount of items,
Yeah,
and she kept it real clean with the, like you said, the faux brick being white, and then a lot of the elements were white in there in the tub, and then she just had did you guys notice too that she did the floor like the epoxy floor, and then the
Uh-huh.
mat on it? So I thought she did a really good job of transforming that garage into a space that didn't look like a garage at all to me.
it looked like a garage, but it had everything. Like the bikes were still there.
Yes, it
The
sure
workout
Right.
was.
equipment,
Yes.
workout equipment was there, and you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't tell that it had extra drinks and extra meat in the freezer. Like
Exactly.
Exactly.
it was just
Exactly.
everything was just uniformed and had so many, like it was like multi-purposed, but you
It was
really
very
couldn't
yes.
Hmm.
tell just by
Yes.
looking.
Hmm.
So that
The
was well
bikes
done.
almost look like statues or whatever. It looked
And
like
art on the wall.
yeah, it
Yes,
looked
it
like
does look
Yes,
like
artwork
art on the
almost.
wall. Exactly.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that was
agree.
cool.
I,
Hmm.
my initial thought, I was like, okay. I wasn't like, wow.
That was me. Mhm.
Yes, I wasn't like, yeah, like, but once again, it's a garage and it's a gym. So obviously, he doesn't use his garage for his
The
car.
part.
Yeah,
Well, he had a bunch of stuff in it already, so he wasn't.
he wasn't
Didn't
using.
Nah,
seem
he
like it before
outside.
anyway.
He outside like after COVID. He outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it was no difference for him. He was like, okay, that's why I want to make the garage something I'll actually use.
Exactly. So now we're going
Hmm.
to go to the office reveal. What were your thoughts about her office? Do you think she did a good job? Did she have a great use of space? What were your thoughts?
I like the office. Some of the key things I loved about it was I love the wallpaper.
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
Wallpaper added so much depth to the room.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hmm.
really, really love the fact that, and this is what I'm saying about her listening skills and being able to really give a client what they want over and above what they could even think of.
Mm-hmm.
Child, she's Ephesians 3:20.
Okay.
She be doing over and above, exceedingly more than your clients could think or ask. So the fact that he uses three monitors
Hmm.
for work, and she slatted
Hmm.
that wall and put the monitors on that wall.
Yes.
I was like, you better work,
You
Gailey.
better
Yes.
work it.
Absolutely love that.
Again, it looked like wall art. It was like
It
functional
did.
wall art.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was
loved it.
fantastic. It was,
Yes.
now one thing I will say I didn't care for 100%, and I really like what Gailey does, but I didn't necessarily like that the doors that they added weren't black. Also, that she made them a different color,
She made
but
them a
they wasn't a
color.
real pop. It was she was like, "Oh, I did a different color to make it pop," and I was like, "But it's not popping. It
It's
just
not
looks."
popping. It ain't popping.
It
I
didn't
love
pop. No,
it.
I was like, it's not popping, boo. I was like, no, it looks dull. It looks like you used the wrong shade of black.
Oh,
That was the only thing
really?
about it. I was like, why did she just not paint them black too and just have it? Because I liked the idea that she added the doors at the bottom. So he'd
Mhm.
have some enclosed storage as well as because the built-ins, he was like, I don't have to have it rip it out. She was like, that's custom.
That's
We're
gonna
gonna work
stay.
with it. And so I was like, cool. But I just didn't like that paint color. I felt like she should have painted black or just went with some other color if she
Yeah.
wanted to pop. I didn't think it popped, but I thought the space looked really nice otherwise. And I did think too that the chair he had was a little bit dinky for him to be such a big guy. And he
Yeah,
had the big built-ins and the desk that the
it
her
was
carpenter
beautiful,
built was fabulous. I was like,
fabulous.
You
wow, he
know,
did that.
the desk
So
was
the chair
And
should have
that's
been
similar
bigger.
to 5.
the desk was fabulous. I don't know that it was functional for him. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it was.
Maybe if he had, maybe he had some
Yeah,
pullouts.
Exactly, something, right?
Maybe he had pullouts that we
This
couldn't
is
see.
not
Yeah,
this is not a girl who is going to be like delicate with her stuff and
yeah,
right,
the pen holders is going to be nicely placed and then there's a clock
right.
over here and then just the the laptop in the center and whatever. He's a
Hmm.
nice guy. you know
Yeah,
and
yes.
he's using it as a real workspace. So
right. His office.
I don't know if that desk, as beautiful as it was, would be compatible for him. But those are just my thoughts.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I could see that too. I'm thinking, hoping maybe she at least put some pullouts, and then perhaps he could use the space and the cabinets, where they enclosed. Because I was thinking, like, where's his printer? Because like you said, he's gonna have clients
Yes.
coming, and so
Mhm.
so I was thinking maybe there's some things under there that we just didn't see or whatever, or he could
Mhm.
put there later. But I thought that desk was really nice. I liked it for myself.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. I
Yeah,
Maybe he has maybe the extra stuff is in the cabinets behind him where she added
yeah.
the
I
door.
Yeah.
just thought the chair was too small though. I was like, the chair just barely came up above the desk, and I was like, this is a big man. He needed a big chair to go with all the other pieces in there that was like stately pieces. So I thought that was
They'll
a bit of a
probably change
miss
it.
too. But I was like, well,
And he'll probably get another
no.
chair.
But
Yeah.
otherwise, I thought the space was really, really nice.
I have to agree. So we've done the garage, the office space. So now we're gonna go to the outdoor space. Guys, I just said absolutely beautiful. What were your
Yes, Shay. Sorry, yes, Shay. We talked about the garage. It was fabulous. Shay saying
oh
the garage was her favorite.
oh the garage was
Yeah,
oh, the garage was your favorite. Okay. Well,
I
well, I'm
liked it
glad that
too.
you watched it. Thanks for joining us, Shay.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're
I thought
talking
the
about
garage was awesome.
the outdoor space.
The outdoor space. What
The
were your
outdoor space
thoughts?
was okay for me. I'm not gonna lie. I like the pergola, but then the pergola, and then you have a sitting area, and the pergola has no cover. So if it's a rainy day, it's a situation. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think I kind of liked. I think she removed the floor from that covered area from the back.
Mhm.
Like when you walked out the back door, the
Mhm.
uh-huh.
flooring almost looked like hardwood before
Yeah,
he changed
yeah,
it. And I'm thinking that looked like a covered area. So while I get and then you have a pergola
Mhm.
with a fire pit.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know how I
I
feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about
Yeah,
it. I would
with
I would
that area that you're talking about, Shalom, too, I did see that too, and she called it like a mosquito pit or whatever. So I figured that it wasn't all the way to the ground. So maybe it was needed to come up, but he still had the covered area when under his, because it was like under his house.
Yes.
Yeah.
So where you had the TV, so that area was covered. And so, but I'm with you. I would myself personally, I don't like pergolas unless I'm putting it over a barbecue grill or something, like, because otherwise, to me, it doesn't really provide that much shade.
That's what I
And like you said, it's no cover because I'm gonna get wet. To me, I would have did a gazebo if I
Thank
was
you.
gonna do something, so there would be a space where they could, like you said, enjoy and not sit outside if it's just a light drizzle, not like a thunderstorm, but if it's a light drizzle, they could still sit outside and enjoy the space.
With the fire pit.
Right.
Right, with the fire pit. Yeah.
Because with the
I'm with you. I was kind of like, okay. I understood what she was trying to do, but I probably would have went with something else too.
And it's
And
it's funny. Just I'm
You
like,
got to waste some money.
I'm saying in Florida, it's Florida too. It's super sunny. It's hot. Like provides
super
additional
sunny.
some
shade.
shade.
Yes.
So
And
Yeah.
it's very tropical. So 1 minute it'll be raining, and then it'll be sunny and hot again.
Exactly. So they could have put a gazebo and put a ceiling fan in it, and then it would have been better. Because I mean, every time we go to Disney, I'm like, right, it's sweltering, and then the rain will come and cool you off, and then the sun will dry you up in 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Look, just douse the whole fire pit. Just the rain, just everything's just wet. Go inside.
Just
right,
Go
exactly.
inside.
Yeah. Now
So
I did think too that his furniture that he had already, I was like, what did she do with that? Because it was nice.
it was
Like he
nice.
had the big round seat things.
Yes.
And so I was like, she changed out his furniture for the little, in my opinion, kind of flimsy, like metal furniture, which I was like, okay, that's fine for the under the pergola, but it seemed to me like maybe she should have kept some of the bigger pieces for the kids to like chill on, whatever. So I don't know. I thought she did the outside to me looked nice because it was cleaned up. But but otherwise it was like, I don't know if that was a whole lot of value added there.
Right.
Especially for one of the places that he highlighted that he wanted done.
Right. Other than her adding a sauna out there, that was the one thing that really was value added for him, is because that's something that he could actually use.
If she had done it as a bonus space, then I would have understood it maybe a little bit more.
Right.
So now we're going to go to the bonus space in the guest house. And before, like we just had like a hodgepodge type of like stuff in there, a little decor, whatever. What were your thoughts? I thought it was fabulous.
I thought it was that was the best space for me.
That was the best.
Yes.
It was. It looked like
beautiful.
Our house and Restoration Hardware had a love child.
Yes, it did. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna have to check this episode out.
You're gonna have to check the episode out.
Absolutely beautiful.
That one was so many elements in that one.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, sometimes after I watch Gailey, it inspires me to get up and want to go decorate something. And y'all know I've been under the weather for the last couple of weeks, and I haven't been feeling like doing nothing. But I was like, God dog it.
I need
I feel like going to do. I need to go paint some. I need to get order some wallpaper.
This table.
I was like, I'm inspired. That room was so inspiring to me. Those arch mirrors were lovely.
That's exactly what I have. And then the placement of it behind the sofa.
Oh my God. It was gorgeous.
On top of the wallpaper with it peeping out on the sides and the texture beautiful. On that wallpaper.
And then the ceiling, the wood accents on the ceiling with the pin.
Yes, made it like a canopy.
Yeah.
It was so inspired. I was like,
beautiful.
These are the moments, because at first I was like, Gailey not giving me all the feels.
I was like,
Gailey wasn't Gaileying, honey. But when Gailey got to that guest house,
she did the thing.
She showed out.
Yes. I was like, there she is. Okay, now I'm getting it. Because I was like, okay, this is a good episode, but I'm not getting all the feels. Like, like I'm supposed to be getting from her. So
It was one of those. Sometimes when we watch her, and you have one of those church moments when you just jump out your seat and you're like, yeah.
Don't shout her down.
Yeah.
Shout her down. Don't shout her down.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I was feeling like you ladies. I was like, okay. I actually was feeling like, how Bree was feeling last week. And she did
Yeah. Yeah.
Did anybody in the chat watch this episode? Did y'all have a chance to see the episode? Anybody in the chat?
Yes. And do you agree with our thoughts about what Gailey brought this week? Or did you like it? It was a lackluster to you? We want to hear what you guys have to say. So we'll wait for your responses. But I want to say to my sisters here, so we're going to rate Gailey for this episode, ladies. 1 out of 10. 10 being the best. What we
5.
Oh, you on next week's episode.
Yeah, she already rating next week's episode. Go ahead, Bree. I'm gonna rate it an 8. I'm gonna rate it an 8 this week. And I think even though the other spaces were very well done, but not, this is the thing. Gailey came and started off with like pow in your face. So for her to do less than the pow in your face, you're like, but you know what? Trust the process, because whether it's one room or all the rooms, she's always gonna bring it.
She's always gonna bring it. Yes. Can you what your thoughts?
I have to say I'm gonna go with an 8 also, because up until that casita, I was like, okay, she did good. She did good, and she did some things thinking outside of the box with the freezer in the pull-out thing. So she did some things that I was impressed with, and I did like the garage, but it wasn't. And I thought it was really cool, but I wasn't like y'all. It wasn't giving me all the feels that I would normally get from her, and so. But I think that she gave him what he needed.
Exactly.
And so I think that she did a good job in what she did. But we, like you, Shalomi, we're accustomed to her like giving us all the looks, everything. And I mean, how luxurious can you make a gym, right? I mean, she did make it look for a gym, but so I'm definitely like, like, we got our luxury in the casita, and so but that wasn't the full design. That was her surprise. So overall, I'm going to say it was an 8. She did her thing, and he seemed to be very pleased, and I think it's everything something that he will be able to enjoy from taking care of himself and taking care of his work life and his kids, enjoying them in the backyard too. So I think overall she did a great job for him.
Yes. And like you ladies, I agree. I gave it an 8 also. I did not have that hallelujah moment until the end. Until the end.
Well, she wrapped up the sermon.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was touched. I was touched.
You started paying attention then.
Thank you. I got the message then. Okay. But prior to that, no ma'am. And so I was like, okay, so when the real lady coming in? I was like Slim Shady. When the real one come out.
Oh my goodness.
So like that casita is what took her over to give her an 8, because before then she was gonna be a 5, because I was like, I need her to come back. I was like, Bree.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like none of our viewers have any. They don't. Oh wait. Oh, that's Bree.
That's Bree.
No.
What did Donzel say? She waiting on this week.
No, she already know her rating.
Oh.
Her and Bree know the rating.
Okay.
All right.
So, Bree, you're gonna have to watch it again, because she's gonna be on the following week, so we have to watch it again.
Episode
I'm
5.
gonna watch the one for this week. I'm gonna watch it.
She gonna start talking.
Yeah, go ahead and watch it, Bree.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, because it seemed like some good stuff.
it was some good stuff. So
Mhm.
guys, we are over a little bit, but we really appreciate you guys staying on with us. We hope you guys enjoyed us our live tonight as we talked about the Property Brothers Forever Home with the Property Brothers, as well as Home in a Heartbeat with Gailey Alex. You can catch the shows every Wednesday. I'm beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. And you can join us here every Friday at 7 p.m. sharp. And we will discuss it. We really like for you guys to join in on the conversation. And thank you guys, all of you who showed up for us tonight, who joined in on the conversation, and even the ones who agreed with Bree. So ladies, thank you again. This was amazing. And I look forward to seeing all of you lovely ladies next week.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Have a
All
great
right, y'all.
weekend, everybody.
Have an
Have a
amazing
great weekend.
This has been. Please
Loved it,
thumbs up
loved
the
it.
video before you leave. Please give a thumbs up before you leave.
Yes, yes.
Comments, encourage us. We're doing this with you in mind, and we certainly do appreciate you joining us every week.
Yes, and if you
Absolutely.
have not subscribed to our channels, please subscribe. There are two other ladies that are part of the Divas. They're not here today, obviously, but they will be here next weekend. So we have Kira by Style by Shakira. We have for Lisa, the
Homebody with for Lisa.
Homebody with Lisa, because she was about to have a brand new name. Over here is the glamorous Penny Pincher. We have Kenya for Kenya's Decor Corner, and Bree with Modern Living for Bree. And I'm Wani at Wani's House. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys next Friday at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to watch Property Brothers and Home in a Heartbeat. See you guys next week.
Episode 5.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.